So as you know, ladies and gentlemen, I certainly thought as of like last week, frankly, that Mueller was going to get fired between Christmas and New Year's. It is quite possible. And in fact, I was on Chris Hayes' show last night talking about this with Chris Hayes and Michael Steele. Michael Steele like, oh, that was not going to happen and this and that. It's quite possible that Donald Trump wakes up in the morning and goes like, I'm firing him. I'm firing him in 2 days. And then people leak that Trump's going to fire it, and it creates a mild pushback or a building pushback. And John Kelly goes in there and goes, Mr. President, I've got to tell you, look at this. These 2 senators said don't do it. And all right, damn it. Okay. And I mean, it's quite possible. There is just an amazing amount of incompetence. There's an amazing amount of neurosis that we have a mad king as president, and that any of these things are in play at any given point. And simultaneously, there is an attempt to discredit Mueller's investigation and what might ultimately arise from that. One of the guys sent out to do this, our old friend, Anthony Scaramucci.
And I think he's probably frustrated by the process. I think he knows in his heart that he didn't do anything wrong as it relates to Russia or that sort of stuff. He probably doesn't.
Now. Even the mooch can't bring himself to say do anything wrong in any fashion whatsoever, right? Like, look, you're in business. You're going to have some things that
Cosa Nostra is a local business.
Like,
that's
look,
a totally different thing.
I'm sure he didn't have anything to do with Russia like they say. That type of thing. But here we go.
What do you mean by involvement?
In his heart that he didn't do anything wrong as it relates to Russia or that sort of stuff. He probably doesn't like the nonsense as it relates to a distraction, but he's certainly not going to fire Mueller. I just think he's too smart to do something like that. He doesn't need another distraction on top of that distraction.
But know, yeah, and
wrong.
It's somebody saying to him, look, you saw what happened with Comey, right? And he's like, oh, God damn it. All right. Can I fire Gorsuch? Can I fire somebody?
I'm feeling a void that someone else's humiliation and suffering is supposed to fill right now.
And here's the thing. And right now we're getting all of these stories that are about Trump's insanity, right? Like the Gorsuch thing. He was going to fire Gorsuch for being too liberal because he was criticized in this. I mean, he doesn't even know what politics are in any fashion. He really doesn't. And I think even the Mueller stuff was also probably inflated in some ways. I think it's quite possible there was an attempt to fire him, but I think a lot of this stuff is to eat up the oxygen for the travesty that's happening probably right now as we speak on the floor of the House. That's going to happen tomorrow on the floor of the Senate. This huge, massive income redistribution, wealth redistribution upwards. 80% of the tax gains, north of 80% of the tax gains that are going to come from this tax bill are going to the top 1%. I mean, it is stunning. And any gains that the middle class people, the non 1%, it's not the same, but I'm saying anybody who's any part of the 99% who are going to enjoy any tax benefits, those are going to get repealed. They automatically expire. It really is just we're just witnessing legal theft. And let me rephrase that, because look, I have no problem. In fact, I highly encourage redistribution to everyone else from the top. That we should be imposing confiscatory taxes. And that is not theft. So let me just put it this way. This is economic redistribution to the most powerful, to the people who control the levers of our society, and they're using those levers to enrich themselves at our expense. So that's why we're, if you look at all the top stories of the day, it's all this sort of like, it's gossip. It's junk. Trump team's meeting with Mueller poised to ratchet up tensions. Silicon Valley star, well, all right. Public opposition to tax bill grows, but White House blatantly admits Trump probably didn't read his own national security strategy. Really? Do we really need the White House to admit this? Is there anybody anywhere in any country? I mean, if we had the ability to contact other planets, is there anybody that we could find who genuinely believes that Donald Trump read that national security strategy, or even beyond saying like, I got a hotel there, put any input into this? Honestly.
Just Don Jr.
Gotta be tough. Gotta be a straight shooter, but you also gotta be canny operator, and you gotta be tough. The Pakistani assistant secretary of whatever, he said, you're tough, but you're fair. That's why Pakistan is the best country on the planet.
Like, is there anybody who
should
thinks
bomb
that
them? Okay. Whatever you want.
he didn't, give me a break.
Gotta be savvy, but you also gotta be fair.
Tough.
But you also gotta be tough.
Also, who did Obama like? Okay, we don't like them.
We don't like, unless they like me better than they liked Obama, because I'm a straight shooter, but I'm also tough.
I'm so tough.
Tough.
Let's drive a big
Daddy said be tough. Be hard, be tough.
all that stuff. Completely wrong.
Well, bail me out of my hotels if I'm tough. And then he said, don't keep hitting on Mr. Vigatoni's girlfriend because he'll literally rip your testicles off your body. And then I wasn't tough when I heard that. I got very scared.
Okay,
and then I needed to assault a teenager after I heard that to reclaim my masculinity so I could be tough. Anyways, what were we saying?
Drove a truck.
And I
drove a truck around.
India, a Piki bar, like them, good.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos